is a special that they all hate, you have to kind of be...
For some reason.
Yeah, you have to be pretty preemptive with using your 6x normals. And that requires some really good paying attention on the screen. And when you whiff one of those, oh baby, that's a big Ragna copter punish moment.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see if George or Mick has heard us and taken that into account.
Yeah,
even if
we haven't reeled too many cards.
George is definitely George is definitely worthy as a stand-in. So let's see how this goes. Okay.
Full intros, rocks on the altar. So we're gonna see what the round start is from George and Mick, right? You could do the funny for Mick, where it's just like, just press my big normal and see what they do. And if George also noticed, or are they already moving on to the next layer? Okay. Oh, patience.
Oh, the defense. Good. Every single 9 player that I have seen or have noticed always did 6C on round start, because the flame simply catches jump backs or backdashes and attempts at standing pressure. So yeah, decent option. Goes for the under knight. Does not go for the break. Okay, very dangerous already from the start.
Yeah, maybe not aware of the under knight break, but because we don't really have too many active 9s, at least in like the tournament sense. So what is to say George's experience is against 9 is very difficult to evaluate, but already not seeing the under knight break might be a big tell.
That's true. Regardless, okay, still drops the combo a bit. Maybe finger's not fresh enough yet, but still.
Ooh, oh, yeah. That's not the ideal play there.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit by Amethyst, as well as Opa. What an RC.
Oh! I don't know punish.
DP, but yeah, it's very hard to punish since on block it's -4 and it's very fast recovery. Okay.
Yeah.
One hit situation for George. Gauntlet hit is unblockable.
Yeah, okay. See what works, keeps repeating it. Oh.
Nice. Very good patience. Recognizing that she doesn't have a DP. Recognizing she doesn't have meter. RC into kill? Please!
No.
RC!
Hey, hold on. What are we doing? We be playing Under Night or something? I'm out. Okay.
Okay, George. He was ahead of the game. He didn't want to give Mick burst meter because of the distortion. Okay, good OD. Into 6B, dead spike. Okay, that's but drops the second micro dash. Okay.
Up at the corner, no tech. A bit more damage.
Okay.
All the reset getting caught in between there, and that's just all. Look at all that red on the side of George. Painful. Also, with another reset.
Yep. The standing resets from 9 the Phantom. She does have Jin refreeze resets up at Paravital. Crash trigger good. IB, then a backdash gets caught.
That's that was really rough there. Definitely one of those typical 9 rounds where you're playing a slow but nice 5A but not ready with the confirm. Still J8 falling down, has Mick towards the corner, but the teleport shenanigans getting caught, the 5B caught out there.
Okay, Amethyst, yeah, the hitboxes on the Amethyst are quite deceptive even that high. So yeah, understandable by George to impress. No punish! Drops as well. Kunzai plus frames.
The situation a bit tricky now for George, right? Such a life disadvantage. You just have to advance on Mick, and Mick just enjoys the situation, right? Just throws out the Amethyst, unfortunately. A little bit of an oopsie there. Teleports the other side, but no confirm again. Very difficult, understandably.
Okay, good ways to try to stuff Mick out as well. And that is working. Corner to corner. Some HP back. Counter assault incoming? Potentially. Not yet. Yeah, here it is.
Interesting decision on the dead spike for Oki, considering that 9 is frame 1 projectile invuln, but supposedly both of them knew something there to see Mick not teleport N4. Yeah. To see George just do dead spike Oki, but hey, you gotta watch your dome sometimes.
That's true. I think he expected the DP and Wake. That's why he tried to call it out. And besides dead spike at that range, he should be able to catch the first teleport recovery at that range with a 5-way or to try to chase with 5B the second one. So perhaps he thought of that, but we cannot say.
Oh,
I'd say it is a good decision in 70% of the cases at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider the mistake there from Joj. Oh, instant early OD pop here. Wants to get as much damage on the board already.
Damage.
Corner carry, very nice.
Okay. Oh, no resources. A bit too long of a combo though.
See a lot of air throw attempts there. Ragna copter, no confirmed. Nightmare Edge, taken to the jumps again.
Good,
Overhead not being blocked out here. Mick going for an aggressive burst, trying to keep him in the corner, but beautiful jump by Joj. RC for an extension.
Yeah.
Is enough to kill?
No,
not quite.
No, it's not. What is gonna be? A 2-0. That was very brave from Joj. I expected... I don't know what I expected actually. Maybe a reversal super? There was 50 meter, but TP wasn't... Okay.
It could just very well be like, okay, this is Ragna's farthest reaching normal, and the dash is frame 1 to 4 projectile invuln, but not full invuln, so you might catch them trying to teleport out, especially with that run-up distance. That's usually what they look for.
Yeah, the slide after micro dash is very helpful.
Oh!
Okay, very sad. Ragna has no mix, says German mayonnaise. And maybe he's right, but Mick will not agree with this one yet.
Oh,
what the? He summoned elements! If you pop that super, you just get free elements and free spells in both slots. I haven't considered that before.
Chicken blocking it. Oh, almost got the anti-air, almost punished the anti-air, but slightly within the dead zone of the rock.
Yeah. Also have to say, that jump back from Mick was definitely a burst bait attempt. Okay.
Trying to go for the throw.
No, don't jump! Oh, he interrupts. Oh, he almost got clipped by the fucking trap.
It has a bit of a startup, doesn't it? So you could definitely try to challenge quickly, but certainly when it's active, you don't want to be jumping.
So that's true. Still, you with a lack of knowledge in the 9 matchup, the activation frames can be a bit what's it called? Tricky to count. So that was definitely a massive gap from Joj.
Certainly.
Okay.
Oh my god, Amethyst just so good. Denial of that entire horizontal space, forcing either Joj to block or commit to an air option. But here's the OD pop now, cashing out as much damage as possible, and the corner carry desperately trying to push her in, and wow, just 5B on Oki.
Yeah, simply not afraid, as well as like that, simply catching her out and trying to... Oh, last frames. Yeah, Mick will not fall for that one again. Will punish, still. Counter assault on Gauntlet.
Nice, just as dead end.
Counter assault again. Yeah. It's interesting to see how both these players really do enjoy counter assault with matchup, which is understandable. Kunzai, good block. Hello,
pressure running. Shouldn't be the kill just yet, but like, yeah, stuck in this corner. The clock is now on you. One rock runs out to the other side, but the barrier block immediately pushing Joj to a distance away. Still has an OD available to himself, but just not able to get a hold of him. Is just going to resign to his fate and hold the Navy pressure to the head.
Yeah. He did not look at 9 during that animation, unfortunately. But that happens to a lot of us. Oppa. Blood side being stuffed, instant burst. Yeah. I mean, good attempt. Under Knight gets interrupted. Yeah. Very good from Joj. And the roll attempt gets stuffed. That's gonna be at least 60% here. No. 55, let's say.
Good amount.
Okay. Yeah.
60. Dead spike.
Oh.
Very nice.
Questionable, but works. Yeah.
We'll get you the active flow, push him away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Beautiful staircase there. Set you up into the icicle. Fairy Oki. No delay tag, so giving Mick the full mix-up off of it.
And maybe pressure into pickup.
That maybe pressure has been really doing a lot of work.
That's true. As well as Mick just simply showing a lot of options which he can use Navy pressure in. Not letting Joj get a real read so far, but it is a FT10, so you know, we got time.
I mean, even then, right, it's been going back and forth, so if trends are to be believed, Joj takes this one.
We'll see, we'll see. It is definitely Oppa. Under Knight evaded.
Oh.
But yeah, definitely a massive possibility. 6 being unlocked, no burst this time. I spoke too soon.
Let him do a couple hits first. See what
Yeah.
happens. Oh wow, not caught watching their own feet. Getting picked up here. Extension off of the it's not over yet. Getting the full corner carry here. George going for a 6B on the wake up, but that opens up the opportunity for Mick to teleport out. But an error on the jump in there. It's called by the 5A 2D. A lot of stray hits, but no big confirm just yet.
Oh, 100 players roiling. God. I feel like a roll in DBCF at high level or mid to high level is almost useless in most cases. And they keep rolling. And they keep getting hit. I don't know what they're doing. I'm scared.
To be fair, that to be hit as late as possible. It was already on the other side, but just rolling on your opponent is always good, even if it's like high level. Just to make sure, like, hey, do you actually have this? Like, do you have this like low layer, piece of tech you have to watch out for? Can you roll punish me? And if not, then it's like, oh, I don't have to hold anything. Awesome.
I understand. Unfortunately, I've been conditioned too much, so I will not be receiving that piece of advice. Good JD and 6B not blocked again. Good conversion with the whiff on the JD. Yeah, I'm simply too cooked, man.
Fair.
Regardless, Kone for.
Whoa.
Okay, JC hitting through the skull. And
I guess George is trying to bait the DP there, but that's kind of the last thing you want to do against 9 is stand at that distance, because there's very little you can do, or like it's very difficult to time your meaty from that distance to prevent her from teleporting. Again, a nice meaty throw.
Super.
Oh, grab the super.
I heard the voice line. It simply was grabbed before the super flash kicked in. God damn.
Yo. Mori, buff
Honestly,
9. Get him in here, buff 9.
Honestly, quite incredible. I don't think it was the standard reversal super. I think he tried to go the elements for that explosion he did earlier, but who knows?
Who's to say? Okay, yeah. This time Mick just taking the round start range, falls into the amethyst and just goes for the burst anyways. Let's push him to the corner. 5B a little too early, and there's Mick with the punish. Dragging him all the way to the other side. We can get the fairy Oki. Yes, indeed. Delay tech this time, and the DP safe jump.
Yeah. Okay, for freeze, it's gonna be a restart? No. Goes for the Oki. Does not go for the Twitter left-right from the corner.
The Twitter left-right?
Yes, yeah, like that.
Okay.
Just, yeah, they can set fairy. Wow. 9 players can set fairy on Oki in the corner, but the teleport since the teleport behind. You can set up a left-right with fairy in the corner.
Ah, right. It's that burst by Mick interesting because you know, good. Well, we're getting very hasty now.
Yeah. Counter assault. I expect him to do cartridge scissors right now. Okay, Undernight. Maybe pressure again.
Oh! Okay.
The Hell's Fang being stuffed on a trade. Yeah, unfortunate for George.
Very clutch there by Mick. Though that last round did spend quite a bit after the burst, so already at the 40% mark here on the burst gauge.
Yo. Okay, I'm not gonna say. It was very impressive, not gonna say much. I don't even know what to say. I was very measured by George. Okay,
yeah, and up this time, DP working out. Finds the falling normal on the other side, bring him back to the corner. And that should be the fairy Oki yet again. This time just immediately teching out, trying to jump away.
Counter assault, but still in the air tech and no counter hit on the dead angle means a lot of scrambles, unfortunately. Having that counter hit on counter assault, very reassuring.
That was a really cool combo there.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, yeah, active flow.
Yeah. 60 on ODR, that's definitely a death.
Yeah, Mick tried to do a really spicy combo there to stalk the rock there, but unfortunately, I think just a little too late on some things, so couldn't get the falling normal to pick up in between the stalking special.
Yeah, that's true. The split, but you know.
Mick not a fan of unblockables. Possibly.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe he's not unsheathing them just yet. No real need.
True.
Okay. No anti-air, but yeah, very scary to anti-air. Dead spike. Pressure reset. Man, the jump without barrier.
Ooh.
3C whip. Dead spike. By IB. Yeah, George didn't react.
Oh.
Not like this. This famous 9 burst bait. And by that I mean, damn, I'm good.
Damn, I'm good. I just stood this distance. They get smoked out. Try to go for
again. Good block. Health fine, not working.
And this is one of those like typical 9 very happy situations. Life lead, they have to play aggressive to try and get on you because, you know, gotta close that life deficit. But then you just maintain that distance where they can't really challenge you and just kind of pay attention to what they're doing and just feels unplayable as the opponent.
Yeah, especially Oppa. If there's some additional stuff going on the screen, like Amethyst, for example, such a... Get a refresh on the scope. Yeah, such an oppressive option in neutral.
Ooh, nice routing.
The skull. Into Paravito. Okay, evades it as much as possible and gets interrupted on the Ragna copter.
Mick maybe finally having the warm-up fully fulfilled here, challenging to take the lead even further now with a 4th game win. Hellsfang to escape the corner, but in the chase attempt, you just put yourself back in. That's kind of the woes of playing as 9, trying to run her down, is that you accidentally put yourself back in the corner. You escape from both players with active flow now. 100 meter on the table, dead angle. I don't want to see whatever you got planned.
Again! Oh no, he has it. Okay. Diablo. Okay, he
don't jump.
Yeah. Okay, at least he blocks. Good.
Emerald.
Emeralda. Oh yeah, very oppressive situation for Joy. No health, even if with overdrive and 50, very scary like against 9 with spells.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Still, George is showing us definitely a good adaptability and patience overall, even though his ranges are a bit off. And at the OK situation where he's trying to bait DP as well as get a meaty. But yeah, definitely worthy fight here.
It is a worthy fight. I do see George having a bit of a rough time in the scrambles, but that's just kind of how scrambles against 9 usually pans out. It's where you escape the corner and then you try to desperately put her in that corner, but you end up just flying yourself back in there anyways. But
okay. Yeah, that's true, especially since Ragna's normals aren't really well built for scrambles, and that's a very good burst on the bait. Or bait on the burst. Corner on the cup, goddamn. Anyway, that should be... Oh, the drop, but Amethyst is there. Will he try to go for a... Again, interrupt. And a force! Hey! Closing out George's life. I expected him to
Carnage Scissor?
Yeah, why not?
I suppose.
Yeah,
Mick is definitely getting in the groove of things more. Like, you see a lot more elaborate sequences coming out, especially off of the...
Jump-in.
Yeah, the jump-ins, the Azurite. Oh my goodness.
Nice
Escape, rolls back into the corner, counter assaults out.
Okay. Back to neutral. Definitely place where better suited for 9. That was perhaps...
Oh my goodness.
The second one.
Yeah, but it was, again, type of damned if you do, damned if you don't type of burst, right? But Mick has really been aiming for to get the projectile out there, right? Once an Amethyst on the screen, at least to control pressure, or just a bit of disjointed pressure, right, to try and set up for these intricate teleport mix-ups. Or better yet, just control an entire horizontal space where you just have to force Joge into a very committal path just like that, right? Jumping, intercept.
Yep.
I was gonna get the cool combo into the...
Yeah, as long as you block or get hit, you're in a bad position. Oba. Still, George good on blocking with those kunzai. It's still not good for him, the fact that he needs to block. Under Knight is there.
Oh!
Yes, instant burst.
I for the momentum burst here.
Yeah. I think George does need those early overdrive. Oh yeah. That should be... No, it's not.
No, I didn't have the right spells for it, but You know, this situation is basically as dead as Jojo gets, other than dying, which is you
Yep.
know, a lot of health, resources on the table. Mick with plenty of health, even if it goes wrong, right, will survive a few trades. Of course, at the cost of an early burst, which now Jojo has the advantage going into this round. But as always, it doesn't matter too much, right? Into 9, who can always start out the rounds very dominant thanks to her range.
Absolutely. And as long as you play dominantly, as well as just put the opponent on the opposing on the screen, you can get active flow quite quickly. Download Hades, now locked. Okay. As well as the fact, I think George needs to use. Wow, very nice, but no job.
What?
Me bombo.
You're just cheating now on stream.
Is this allowed? Goddamn. Oh no, he pressed something, but blocked. Plus on block?
Maybe.
I don't.
Or maybe it's one of those that doesn't have reversal frame.
Yeah, like 0.
Yeah. But on the note of roll
yeah.
catching that we had earlier, we see George doing some really strong roll catching. But what's really funny is that he doesn't always go for the roll catch like it's autopiloting. He really kind of has a feel for it. It's like, okay, now they'll roll.
He simply knows.
He simply knows.
Yeah.
He's a knower. He's a screen looker.
Yes, screen matchup. I was about to say screen matchup is winnable, but unfortunately it is unwinnable.
Maybe sometimes the distance is a little bit wonky, and she's up. Oh, bomba clap, man.
Yeah, bomba. Just like that, Mick taking another match, definitely in the groove. And George is out here, that is disco. Unfortunately.
For too long, Mick has been shackled playing Vikala in Grand Blue. Time to hop on a game with on a different game with a good character for a change. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, George needs to watch this awesome series on YouTube called Pass the Knowledge Check by Enigma.
Yeah, man, are there new episodes out? Should check if there's some new episodes.
Yeah, there was a word about a short one for some character, don't remember which one. But that would be a word for Enigma, not me.
We need knowledge. We need more knowledge checks to be passed. But anyways, Mick just kind of dancing all over George right now. And George spending a whole lot of barrier gauge just to try and push Mick a bit away to get some distance to try and move around with. But Mick just not letting up at all. Look at all the resources to his name.
Okay, and yeah, George tried to engage. Immediately paid a hefty price for it. You hate to see it. And yeah, JC in this matchup, I feel it's very, very slow here. He's been trying to catch a lot of 9 jump. Man, simply faster.
Simply faster. I mean, yeah, we did talk about the Ragna copter earlier, but what we're not really seeing from George all too frequently are these 5A and JAs to challenge. We saw them sometimes, but not enough. And a failed meaty, and that's the kind of situation where you just want to aggressively and ignorantly just teleport through, because you never know. Just check real quickly, does your opponent have these meaties?
As well as the fact that you can mix up your timing with quick tech. Maybe pressure gets a hit, tries to bait burst. Opa, instant burst. Good, good blocks. Jeez. Ooh, he waits the scope with the other side. Yeah, and there is a wall, it seems. Burst combo, 26 damage, love to see it. Okay, keeps the spell in the pocket. Wants to
definitely cycling for different ones, stores it up, immediately just scores the sweep out there, and Mick just, yeah, like you said, fully in the groove now, not letting, no situations being dropped to George really. We do see the occasional hit here and there, but the momentum is so early on carved out by Mick that any hit that George gets, Mick is very comfortable just to instantly burst it. So it's like, haha, play at this very low life deficit from full screen. Let's see how you handle that.
Yeah, besides that, Ragna doesn't have too many available options to bait burst from 6B. Because if it's done from first hit, literally nothing that Ragna can do. Besides that, he needs to commit a 50 to a hard read. which at this point might not be bad. Good conversion with the skull, but yeah, reset. Attempt.
Barely in the dead zone,
Anyway.
but not something George is willing to risk too much by pressing. Mick already life advantage, just backing away, charging up the amethyst, letting it rock across the screen here, just dancing all over George and catches him out with a low now.
Okay, the skull. The freeze, the reset, and goes for the overhead under Knight's there. Tries to not challenge again. I'm feeling an deja vu here. JB gets a hit, counter assault instantly, doesn't want to hold any of that.
As you shouldn't with this life advantage.
Yeah. Instant DP, yeah, Mick learned that as long as he gets, okay, good DP, as long as he gets the life lead, card, okay, Underdive, okay, gets a block, yeah, what was oh no, ODR, that was very bad on frames, anyway, as well as fast recovery move, yeah, what Mick learned is that he doesn't need to hold anything.
Oh, certainly.
As long as he just can, that's that. Goodbye, my sweet prince.
Adios. Yeah,
And
it's...
then you made me remember that fucking birthday gift card with the sun dog. Adios. Good air throw. Gets a 6B this time and a full conversion burst. Yes.
That's a lot of 5As there, and already getting punished out. George put in the corner, no burst just yet. Make a little sloppy there.
A bit too late. Oh, gets a G, but doesn't get a convert. Too high. Sometimes, yeah, there will be those good normals that you... Okay. It works out, but the block doesn't. No grab from Mick. I expected Mick to grab, actually. Okay. Good blood scythe, but no micro dash.
Oh!
What?
That had to be a misinput there, and immediately
Yeah.
Mick says like, oh, well, thanks, and takes win number 8 to his name there. Oh my goodness.
Okay, to Doomers, it's too early, because we have seen comebacks like this. More specifically, Drave versus Daz. Yeah, Daz.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go saying it's over yet. Simply put, keep watching.
Keep watching, yeah. Hopefully George does activate and simply does gap, but it's an uphill battle for sure, and already we see Mick just strong opening, good momentum, ODR pop, but yeah, just respect from Mick, immediately backing away, has a life advantage, knows that he can just put George into any one of his small bag of tricks, as well as just like forcing him to constantly approach is just, it's painful.
Yep. As well as the fact that, yeah, having resources and having the normals that reach far enough away to zone and whiff safely doesn't really need to commit to anything. And that's definitely one of the stronger options Knight has. 662C. Okay.
Nice.
Tries to go for a reset, but it hasn't worked. No burst yet. OD? No. Goes for, tries to save it.
I think it's been so long since George had Oki against Mick, but Mick still remembers. Oh my god, there's reset. But Mick still remembers from that first moment that George did have Oki. Was like, oh yeah, he doesn't have these meaties. I'm just teleporting out now. But beautiful ODR here is gonna score a lot of damage.
Yeah, trick against 9 ODR is to press good DP. Is to press during her normal, not her spells, not her drive. Otherwise, she recovers instantly almost. Goes for the projectile super.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. Carnage in 3. Here it is.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, another
3,
OD pop.
2.
Whoa! What are we doing? Oh, 2B!
Oh, oi, oi, oi. He gave me heart palpitation. They're making my old man heart race. Such a goat.
But Mick not shaken at all this time, an even more aggressive round start approach. Just push forward and just hit him.
Maybe pressure, getting a hit neutral. Simple. I think Mick tried to jump, but got hit on pre-jump.
Heliodome.
Okay.
Jump in, cover.
No Antonio, but good patience from George. Right, into another one in the pocket. He's gonna go for a reset attempt. Yeah, here it is. The Twitter left-right.
Okay.
That was it. And the
And point.
Kunzite, yeah, getting a hit on the dome. Me bomba. 9-2.
9-2. Hey, just like the character, but we can still hold out hope. So for the people that bet on Joj, they're definitely holding out hope, or they've doomed. But the comeback, if Joj makes it, would be biblical. It is going to be one hell of a task to pull it off, considering how much in control Mick has been as of late.
And again, second version of Amethyst, this character is cheap. Yeah, Jesus himself will walk down the aisle and shake George's head when he makes this. I honestly cannot wait. Okay, good! Finally, gets a good roll burst in 16. Go roll out.
Yeah, and immediately just the space that it creates, you just see Mick teleport away, scores himself a nice other hit, big old fireworks coming down from the sky. You know, tricky with the teleport, there's the overhead yet again, and Mick is now on exhibition point.
Yeah. Just about time for my beer to run out. I have been holding it in my head for this whole time that it's just about to run out. Okay, let's see. I'll have to hold it until the very last win. Okay, good attempt at the challenge for JA. He tries to trying to re-jump after the JA counter hits, but definitely not be working out for George. Run up.
Fireworks, aggressive Crimson Raiders, so no more jumping. The mix-up, but does trap Mick in the corner. Quick little conversion, but Mick not interested. Already bursting out. Sets up some elements.
Okay, one more hit for Mick. If George is uncareful, this can turn very ugly really quick. And
there's a low.
It.
Mick finishes it off 10-2. It was Mick after all that needed the warm-up, not Joj. Slowly coming into the routine of things, and after that, once he got the full grips of like, oh yeah, that's how you play 9 again. It's Joj had his moments, but never anything in succession.
That is true. While he had some very good uses of OD, as well as very good thoughts of challenging in certain places, for example, blood size. But yeah, Mick simply overwhelmed him with overwhelming options. What am I an idiot? Yeah, overwhelmed with massive lead, as well as massive normals in neutral, as well as the MVP of this match, Amethysto.
Oh, Amethyst, absolutely. If you have no means to avoid projectiles, and there's just this slow-moving giant orb traveling across the screen, effectively forcing you to block if you want to stay on the ground, and just giving free entry to 9 to run pressure on you, or even mix in certain situations, is why wouldn't you always just fish for it?
Yeah, I think as people were talking about in chat, George just doesn't have the sort of, well, I think it's two things. There's a little bit of knowledge that he's kind of lacking when it comes to 9, but also there's the experience and the muscle memory of, okay, I can't challenge here, this is how I need to move in the matchup to get space and to be able to challenge. I think that's really what it was, because I was actually DMing him towards like when it was like 7-2 or 6-2, and I told him to, hey, chill. Listen, George is my boy, man. I'm a bit biased.
Match fixing.
I'm a bit biased. Okay, George is my boy. I like George, right? So I was DMing him, and I was like,
we all like George. But
I was like, use overdrive raid more in her block strings, and also stop predicting the teleports and react to them with 5A and JA. He was doing a lot of prediction, trying to like jump in JA to where he thought when he thought that MIK was going to teleport. I was like, just wait a little bit and react and then do it. And then he got a lot more counter hit JAs, got a lot more JAs and neutral, and then he actually got a few overdrive raids as well. So I think it's just a little bit of knowledge and actually putting it into practice. In this game, when you know stuff, it's kind of okay, but like you need to actually have the experience of doing it. So I just think he didn't have that. Maybe we don't have a lot of 9s in Europe anymore. We had Nepi, we had MIK, obviously we had Momus, we had Maruv, but a lot of these 9 players don't play it as often anymore.
Retirement, so he doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. Mixing retirement as well.
Yeah.
So.
Who else?
But it was
I
good.
cannot think of anyone else.
No Hemi mention is crazy, by the way.
Nepi, especially, has been on and down low. Besides,
I think
besides the match fixing and assisting behind the scenes.
No, I didn't match fix.
Yeah.
One more thing actually. Sorry. I think the last thing that George struggled with was defensive options from MIK. I think he got so spooked out by a lot of DPs and a lot of CAs, and I guess the super as well. That even when MIK didn't MIK, or is it Mick or MIK? I keep saying MIK, but I don't know. It's Mick? Okay, cool.
Mick, mixed. Okay,
cool. So when Mick, even when Mick didn't even have any defensive options, he would just let him teleport out of the corner for free. Like, he doesn't have super, he doesn't have CA, he doesn't have DP, and he would just let him get out for free. So I think that gave Mick a lot of comfortability and space. Yeah, he just felt not not suffocated when
not pressured enough.
Yeah, exactly. So well, that's what it is. But
yeah, there's certainly some matches in CF which are entirely characterized by get them into the corner and never let them leave.
Yeah.
That is true.
So,
but I do have 2 questions for you, Digima. One, when is it going to be a pass the knowledge check for 9? Unless it was already released.
I've already released that one.
Okay, Josh needs to watch that.
That's the most recent. That's the most recent one, actually. So yeah, that one's done, bro. The video's up.
Hell yeah. And 2, when is the knowledge check bang?
Who knows? Who knows, man? I've got so many to do. I need to do a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm probably gonna have to keep doing it when I move. But we'll see. I wanted to do it before, but whatever. Life happens. I'm gonna.
As long as you move, then it's comfortable.
Wait, hang on a second. Hold on. Alright, you guys keep talking. Hold a second.
Yeah,